Hey guys, so we have to talk today about a bit of a health update and how it's going, where I'm at. I'm a month into this journey, so I am feeling so much better. I mean, just my mood has improved so vastly. My digestion since giving up grains has improved tremendously. I have barely had any, digestive issues. I've barely had to be burping. I ate already. I've barely had to be rushing to the bathroom, that kind of thing. And I have a lot less gas and stuff like that. So it did work. But I don't even really know where to start when I'm talking to you guys about this. Like, my mind is just going boom, 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 boom. I just got some really, really good news, and I'm really relieved by the news. But I'll just tell you guys, because why not? My mom, we were told that she may have to undergo chemo again. So that was a big part of the reason why I moved in with her, because she may have not been able to work as much and that kind of thing. And she just got her results today and she doesn't have to. So that is just a huge relief for both of us, and I'm really celebrating and praising Jesus, that kind of thing, because it's been really weighing on us. I heard about it in January, so it's been about 3 months. They were waiting for the panorama to ease a bit before starting. That's why we had to wait. So that's really, really good news. But other than that, I need to get into some of the differences, some of the things that have changed. So my routine has shifted a bit. One of my herbs, the schizandra, that's the phytoestrogen one. That one I've run out of, so I'm going to take a break from that for now. I think I'm going to do it again when I get my second dose of vaccine, because I have a feeling that dose really increases estrogen, because I felt like it did when I got it. So, and I think a lot of times, I don't know, like if you look into certain things, well, I'm not going to talk about it because they're going to get all on me. But let's just say women have had certain things with their cycle in regards to something going around, that kind of thing, wink, wink. So I think it does have a little bit to do with that. So I have to continue to mitigate that. But I feel fine after my first dose. I was really sick. After, it took me about 3 days to get better, or 2 days. And then by the third day I was at like 90%. And then the fourth day I was okay. So it took a while. I have not had any really bad side effects from it that I know of, at least. I did have a bit of like chest pain and neck pain for a long time, but I think that just had to do with the muscle, because the muscle like really tensed up a lot, but that has gone away. I have so many things going on in my body though that it's hard, but that I think it was from the jab, because it was in this muscle and I felt the pain here and then kind of in the back and then in the front. So I had it kind of all on that side. So that was annoying. But sometimes if you have just like a random pain, if you have something like that, it's not always like, I used to think I was having a heart attack or something when my chest would hurt. But a lot of times it's just muscle tension. So if you massage it, it will go away, So, or even if you gua sha or something like that, that can help. So, just a bit of advice. Learn from me. Don't go to the emergency room like I did. Just kidding. I guess you should go if you think you could. I guess it's always better to be safe. But just, know that heart attacks don't, get better and worse. They just stay bad. That's how, my pain just got worse when I thought about it, which has to do with the muscles getting tenser and all that stuff. So anyways, which also ties into estrogen. So we can talk about that too. So estrogen actually swells up your muscles. It makes a lot of water go into the muscle and it causes muscle pain. Love that for you. Anyways, so in regard to getting rid of Schizandra for now, taking a breather from it until my next jab, which I'm pretty nervous about the second one. I hope it's better because the first one was awful. So I hope the second one is better than the first one. It probably will be worse, but we'll see. But anyways, I have that coming up. That's going to be mid-May, just about when I'm going to get it. So I'm like, it's kind of looming over me. I'm like, But I am probably going to get like a celebratory haircut once I'm fully immunized. So that'll be cool. But other than that, the biggest other thing that I have brought in is I am now ingesting caffeine. So caffeine is something that helps your thyroid. It helps lower estrogen, particularly from coffee. So if you notice, a lot of times when people drink a lot of coffee, they're not as fat. And a lot of people that say, I never drink coffee, I don't like coffee, they're fat. So it's because the caffeine and the other compounds in coffee are anti-estrogen, and coffee competes with estrogen receptors, like the compounds in it, and the caffeine helps boost your thyroid, and it's just a very good thing. So I'm trying to adjust to it. I'm trying to get it around 300 milligrams a day, in that range. So 300 or less. I mean, I want to have a solid amount of caffeine each day, but not like, 1,200 or something. I'm not trying to drink like 6 espressos or something. But it takes a bit of an adjustment. My body's having to adjust to the caffeine. But one thing I've noticed immediately is any feelings of depression or sadness, they're gone. I still don't have anxiety because my estrogen's lower from the other herbs. And I still, I have a lot more energy though. I do have a little bit of insomnia, so I think I might have gone a little bit too much, a little too hard on it. So I brought it down today, and I'm going to keep it around 300 milligram or whatever it is. 300, whatever, for the day. So I just had it. That's why I'm like, but it's the morning. It's fine. So yeah. So that's been good. I think too, since I started drinking coffee and since I cut out the grains, like I'm not really losing weight at this point, but I'm losing size. Like I feel smaller all over, and I have a lot of other signs of metabolism developing. My hair seems to be growing faster. My nails are stronger. I notice my toenails, the big nail, the big toe, it always had like this strip that looked like it was peeling, and it's fading away. And my toenails used to be a little bit bluish, slightly blue, and they're not. They're very pink now. So I think I'm getting better blood flow and better circulation, probably from better thyroid function, which I'm also, the bags are fading. It's slow. And then I broke out all over my body. So I've still been breaking out a lot. I think it is a bit of a detox. I would say, if I had to guess, it's probably primarily from the liver. The liver is probably trying to basically lose fat, right? Fatty liver is one of the biggest causes for an increase in estrogen in your body. So I have to fight that to get really good. I think that's also what has made the under of my eyes very dark. It has to do with liver function, which then affects thyroid function because of estrogen. It always goes back to estrogen in today's world. But I'm really feeling good. I a couple of days ago, I didn't complain at all. And I have never, like, I haven't had a day where I haven't complained in many, 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 many years. So I think it has a lot to do with my system, my body is just feeling better. I don't feel so sensitive and triggered, and I'm not as irritated even by the neighbor's music. I'm not. Yesterday though, I don't know if there was a homeless person outside or something, but he kind of looked like he was, but he was on the phone and he was yelling really loud for like 2 hours, and that actually irritated me. But it took a lot to actually irritate me. Like when cars drive by with music, it doesn't really irritate me anymore. I used to hear that and go, like really feel it throughout my body. The only other lingering effects that I have right now that are uncomfortable is I do have more muscle tension. So from increasing caffeine, it does seem to have increased a bit of muscle tension. I think that it's an adjustment. I think it has to do with, metabolizing differently, being in a more pro-oxygenated, not lactic acid forming metabolism, which is better for things like cancer and also for overall metabolism. You want to be running on oxygen and carbon dioxide, not lactic acid. So when I do go back to the gym, which I'm feeling like I want to soon, I'm trying to wait a little bit because I am getting vaxxed. So I want to kind of wait till I'm done. But when I do start going back, I'm probably going to, do a lot slower paced, not try to get too sore, right? Just kind of do it and then, not be so rushing it, because it's very when you do things like HIIT, it's tougher on the adrenals. And it's not that you can't do it. I'm not somebody that's ever going to say like you can't do something. It's just if you're hypothyroid, it's not advised, and I am. So it's like there's certain things you just shouldn't do because it's harder on your thyroid. So something like HIIT would be harder on it. So I used to lift weights really fast and I used to keep my mask on. I know I'm insane, but those two things are really bad. So I have to not do that. I need to be doing a lot of aerobic exercises. So not anaerobic. We want aerobic. So a lot of oxygen going in, a lot of carbon dioxide forming, right? Not lactic acid. So you don't want that for hypothyroidism. It's very, very harsh and it will rev up your adrenals. And I've had that, particularly in 2019 when I used to go to the gym. I would come home and I was really, really stressed and I would be like really angry and I'd be like shouting at my mom. Like it was pretty intense. The estrogen was just to another level when I was keto. It was really high. But it never really went down, because then when I binged, I would eat foods that increased it as well. So, I've had a good one with that. But yeah, I basically, when I used to go to the gym and I'd work out too hard, I would literally come back and I would feel like, I was fucking menopausal or something. Like the estrogen was just so high and I would act really crazy. Really, really crazy. And I was very, very irritable. So you don't want to be like that. So, yeah, like I said, when I go back to the gym, eventually, I'm going to just lift weights and I'm going to do it very aerobically. I'm not going to push so much. I'm not going to be gasping for breath. I want to just be doing it and making sure that I'm breathing and not wearing a mask. So, I'm trying to minimize the mask wearing because it's not good for your thyroid. Big shock. Having that sort of anaerobic hypoxia like type of thing, it's not good. I don't wear a mask for very long. It's not like I'm shopping for 8 hours or something, but thank God I'm not working a job where they're making me wear it that long, because it would be really bad for someone in my position that is hypothyroid. I know. We're never supposed to explore any nuance, and everybody's supposed to act exactly the same all the time without any regard to anybody's different health journeys or anything. I get it. But as you guys know, that has been my biggest criticism of the response to this panorama, is that everybody's situation is different. I myself had to lock down. I did. I was living in, it depends on where you live as well. I was living in El Paso. Case totals were sky high the entire time, and I'm obese, so it was risky for me. I had to be careful. I did, and I was. Still have to be careful, right? But this is a different area. It's not as bad here. I'm getting vaxxed, right? I don't need to worry as much. And I'm not really going to be spreading it as much either, you know? So I'm happy to see the mask mandate lifted here and people are able to feel more empowered to make their own choices. You know, if you feel that you are very infectious or if you feel that you're very contagious, then definitely wear the mask. You know, if you're not, then don't. If you're pregnant, I don't think you should be wearing, you know, it's like people don't think about the different things. It's like if you need oxygen, you probably shouldn't, if you have to have a tube giving you oxygen, you probably shouldn't be wearing it. It just depends on the person. It does. And it depends on your job and your situation and everything. But one of those factors is hypothyroid, and it's not good for me. So I am definitely keeping that in mind. I will never work out with a mask on ever again. And I am just being very aware of hypoxia and a lack of oxygen being a problem. So yeah. So I think in the future, like, if I continue down this political path, which I don't really see it changing, I'm going to advocate a lot more for environmental things because we need more trees, right? We need more oxygen. We need less plastic. I'm really aligning with that stuff. I do hope that we can sort of break the shackles of oil at some point, but it needs to be done in a way that will not destroy the economy or, you know, not institute socialism into our economy. I don't agree with that at all. So, or a socialist dictatorship more like, but, you know, I care about the environment a lot more. And when I'm realizing the harm that has been done, and it's really important to focus on this as well, you know, but we need real change that's beneficial. So that's things that I'll advocate for, likely going forward as well. I've just been thinking a lot about things, and you know, you can't put me in a box. And I feel so, because my health is improving and I just feel better, I feel so secure in who I am now. I feel so just free to think as I want, and I don't feel like I have to live up to anything or like I have to prove anything to anybody. I think, you know, a lot of my sort of attitude problems, it really was from this hypothyroid, which is shocking to me. I still have an attitude, you know, I still am very, what's the word? I want to say self-possessed, and confident and that kind of thing. I don't take stuff, I don't take crap, you know, I'm kind of like a lot of the people in Alabama, funnily enough, that's how they are here. So I'm kind of blending in that sense. And I don't really, you know, I don't feel like browbeaten or anything. It's like I just feel very confident and just very like, this is who I am, this is what I think. You don't get to tell me who I am, kind of attitude. And it's been very fun. I don't know, I've just enjoyed it. And I just find, like, especially since I brought in the caffeine, you know, I felt a huge boost. Like, my body temperature rose up. Like, my hands are not cold anymore. I actually feel hot sometimes. I actually, you know, I go through, I think about things and I'm not negative about it anymore. I feel very optimistic. I feel like things are getting better. I feel like everything's happening for a reason. I just have all these different thoughts and ways that I used to be when I was very young. And it's so beautiful to be getting that back after all these years. I never thought I would. And I never knew that it was just hormonal. It was my health. So I feel like I've really reached answers here, and it's been a long road. So I'm going to keep going. I'm a month in. Like I said, I'm losing a bit of size. I haven't really lost weight. I'm going to be very honest with you guys in that regard, but I'm going to keep going. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will talk to you guys again soon. Thank you guys. Bye.